What's the root background of your cooking?
Well, my mom was an excellent cook, but being the youngest of five children with a Latino mother, I wasn't allowed to touch the pans. It's like, just the youngest boy is never going to cook dinner. That's never going to happen. Not that it ever occurred to me to, but she wasn't going to let me like, here's a knife, mijo. That's never going to happen. So yeah, I watched Great Chefs of the Southwest, Justin Wilson, and the Frugal Gourmet like every day for like 90 minutes to 2 hours a day. I'd tune into PBS and watch these chefs before like Food Network or before Emerald, before any of that stuff. So I remember watching that every day and loving watching people make food. But I didn't really realize that it was a thing that you could do until much, much later. We would go to a Chinese restaurant called Chu's in Addison, Texas, when I was growing up, and we had a great time. They were an immigrant family, just like my family was. They worked really hard. They were super involved in what they did, and they loved the food that they presented to us. And they knew our names, and they knew what our orders were. And it was one of the first things I ever really loved about a restaurant or any restaurant. And so those kind of things formulated what I became later, but I didn't learn that I wanted to be a cook until I was 25, 26.
Do you have a family?
Oh yeah, I have a big family. I'm like I said, I'm the youngest of five kids. I have three sisters and a brother. My mom's still alive. She's 85. Um,
Do you cook
and
for
I
her?
have, huh?
Do you cook for her now?
Uh, if I'm feeling like I want to be morally subjugated, yes. I mean, if I feel like I want somebody to insult me, then usually my mom is very proud of me and she loves me very much. But like, she's always gonna. I mean, I remember for the first time I ever became a chef cuisine, she came to eat, and I was so proud. I was like a CDC. It was on my jacket. My name was on the menu. I had felt like I had arrived. And she had a dish, and she's like, "Yeah, this is good. It could have been a little spicier, though." like, dude, like, you just be just a little something? No, okay, well, no. I mean, I do cook for my mom, but it's
Do you,
hard to please moms.
do you have kids?
Yeah, I have twin boys, two 7-year-old twin boys. They're Sam and Miles, and then my wife Leah. We all live over here in Atlanta, so yeah, it's great.
Do
I'm
you
a
cook for the family?
I do. I do. These days, I'm a little bit less here. My wife is a phenomenal cook. She's really good at making things taste good and then be good for you at the same time, which is not really restaurant cooking. Like it's not the ethos of a restaurant chef. People want to walk out of a restaurant like satiated and delighted, and sometimes you can make them delighted with nutrition, but for the most part, there better be some butter in there. So because that's butter makes the world go round. I'm kind of an old school guy. I've been doing it for a while. So yeah.
Do your kids enjoy your mom's cooking or your cooking?
Um my kids enjoy we're really lucky. They like all food. Like they're not picky eaters. In fact, my wife made like a quiche with greens and bacon, and then a roasted turnip soup this evening with croutons, and they ate everything. Like and I also have found that like hunger is the best fuel. If you're hungry, you'll eat pretty much anything that gets in front of you. But they're pretty good eaters.
Do you have any food nightmares?
Yes, I do. I dream of the printer at Blue Point when I was a line cook running fish station, and it doesn't happen as much as it used to. But that, and I'm sure you understand what I'm saying, but that the drone of the printer, like you can't pull and season fast enough. You just can't. You're laying it out on the sizzle platters, and you're starting to get lost, and you stop breathing for a second because when people panic, they stop breathing, and you're trying to relax yourself, and the printer just goes zzz, 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 and you can hear that blade cut the tickets at the end, shoo, shoo, and it just that is the only nightmare I have about food. That one right there.
Any wonderful dreams about food?
Uh no, not really. I mean, like I have great memories of food. Like I like waking up and hearing my mom's rolling pin and she's making like the click clack of a rolling pin and she's like making flour tortillas and you can smell chorizo con huevo already and the coffee's percolating and the whole house is filled with those smells and you can't it's like usually a Sunday you just can't wait for the day to start because you know the football game's going to be on later and the whole family's going to come over. That's I mean, that's not a dream. That's a reality I lived for like 20-ish years of my life, and it was great. And so those well, they'll never have that again. This is gone. So
What made you get into the food and beverage industry?
I think I missed my family. I had moved away from Dallas and I had moved to Savannah. I was chasing a girl, but I ended up in art school somehow. So I started working in the restaurant business to make ends meet. And I was a bartender because I needed to make money. And bartending was back then there were no mixologists, there were bartenders, And then I was a waiter, and then I was a front of the house manager. And then I was one day I asked my old mentor Ian Winslade if he needed help, and he said yes because I could tell that they were short. So I went back there and started cleaning herbs, and I put on the double buttons, and that was it. I felt like there were people around me who were there to take care of me, and I was there for them. And that esprit de corps, that feeling of being part of something larger than myself, I think that's what really sold me.
What motivates you to get up in the morning?
My mother, she lives in my head. She is my, yeah, I mean, like, it's like when my children were infants, she would be in my head, get up, they need you. And when I was, I would be deprived of sleep, but I still had to get to work. Steinbeck still needed me. There are days when I don't want to go. I don't feel like it. I'm like, you're the owner. You can take a day off. No, you can't. Not now. Maybe one day, but not now. So, but that installation, that whatever microchip she put in my brain, that's what keeps me getting up in the morning. Like, it's not passion, it's guilt.
She influenced you quite heavily.
Certainly. People who have met my mother know that her name is Rosie, and she's like a phenomenon. Her mantra is, if you stop moving, you die. So just keep moving. And that's a big deal to me. Like I don't really want to be her, but I am. So you just kind of got to live with it.
This question is a bit off the wall. Chef Andy, would you consider yourself a lunatic?
No. No. I certainly have large flaws in my personality and my ability to process emotions. However, lunacy, there's nothing wrong with it, but at the same time, like, it's hard for people to like follow you when you make very odd decisions occasionally. I like consistency in people. And it's one of the things that I hope that my staff gets from me, is that you're going to get the same Andy every day. Now might be a dick, and he might be difficult, and he might constantly need you to do your job well, but I like the consistency of it.